So as you guys may have noticed, we're building Bale forks for one of our loaders. The last ones kinked and like twisted that whole bar and like destroyed them. So we decided it's time to make a new, better design. Last time, things that are different. Last time there was only one of these. We're putting two of them. That should strengthen that part from making it so it doesn't twist right there. We're also adding these to like all the main joints near the bottom to keep it even more strong. And that's about it, but it's fun welding. I like it. My dad's really good at it, and he's good at fabricating. He's had that welder for 20 years. The other thing we had to do this project to make it stronger is we used bigger wire to put through the welder, which allows more of a penetration. And that pretty much just means that the wire and the heat and the melting of the metal is penetrating into the actual metal itself and not the weld. So the weld is connecting both of these, going into each one of these and connecting it and making it stronger. So the thicker the wire, the more voltage you can put through it, and the stronger the weld will be. So that's the other thing we had to do for this. And that's what's been pretty much holding us back from building this. But I love welding. I think it's really fun. It's one of the main things we got to do on our farm during the winter. We have to build stuff for all of our equipment. And this just happened to be one of the first projects we did. So, hey everyone, so we're out here in the shop again. And right now I am fixing our rack for our four-wheeler. And this is the gopher box that has all the gopher traps in it. It sits on the back on this rack. The problem is this rack has these little bars that go across it like so, and the ones that are actually holding that box on, the box is rattling so much that they're starting to bend and break. So we've got to do some sort of reinforcement for this. So that's what I am working on. My dad, who is just barely coming in, he'll be in here in a second, he's working on one of our wheel loaders. As you can see, mud is still all over the cab when it gets muddy roads out here. And we put mud flaps on it, or the fenders, hoping that would fix it, but we still need to add more to it, and we will be putting more down here, a mud flap. There's my dad. Done welding, or grinding. Welding is the next step. So we grinded off all the what was left over of those bars, and then we need to cut this new channel iron we got. Looks like this. It's pretty thick stuff. It should do the job. We need to cut those to the length and then weld those on. So I've got the rack done. I didn't take a video of me welding it. Pretty much the same stuff as I was doing on the Bale forks, but we got it all painted up. Looks pretty good. My dad's working on a plasma cutter stand. We are now going to start cleaning all the equipment. I'm going to start with 7610. Beautiful tractor. And we need to first take the rake off, and we're going to go do that at the other end of the field. And there's still snow on the ground. So we decided we are going to do some touch-ups with some paint around our cat loader. So we are going to be painting rims. We're going to be painting the top platform right there, which there's two of them because one on each side. We are also going to be hitting some stuff like this, some more right there, and of course the front. It's really bad looking all the way down to there. Same thing on this side, some more on that, some more rims, and then we're going to do all the way around this bottom part. And if you haven't noticed, this loader has a major turbo problem or engine problem. It smokes really bad. So that's going to be one of our other projects this year, is we're going to be taking that engine out, and we're either going to rehaul it or put a new one in. We haven't decided which one's going to be the most economical for us, but I've spent the last 3 hours sanding all of the rims, putting tape around the outside, sanding all the spots that I'm going to be painting, so that way the paint can grip. And tomorrow morning we will come out here and paint it. Also put some cardboard on the glass up there so we don't get any paint on the glass. But it should be a very fun project to do. I like painting stuff. It's slow and tedious, but it makes equipment look amazing. So looking forward to tomorrow. There you guys have it. We have got the thing painted. I've got everything put back together. Those fender bars are painted also. Painted those last night. That's nice and paint. Some beautiful looking stuff. And of course, that looks tons better. There's a bunch of scratches, and especially like right along this area, you can kind of see there's a couple spots you can tell that there was paint missing. But now the only other thing that if we want to make this thing look even better is to somehow fix all the salt spots and the rust spots all around it. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. Looks good enough to run. I mean, it works, so it's not like you can make it work better by painting it just for cosmetic looks. I think it looks pretty good. The rims turned out nice.